Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life.
What does surface pattern design look like in 2022? So I thought I would talk a little bit about this today because this is an ever-evolving field, as is the craft industry as well. But I'm really going to focus today on surface pattern design. I'm sure that at some point I will also talk about craft designers and what it looks like for them. But right now, let's just talk about surface pattern design. So when I started surface pattern design 15 years ago, one of the things that I was looking into was like, where do you actually get your stuff manufactured? Like what does this really look like? And back then there were really very few routes. It was all contract. Okay, so it was all contract. So you had to get a contract with a fabric manufacturer. You could work in-house for a fabric company. That happened quite a bit. So you could work in-house for a fabric company. What else could you do? You could, I reached out to several different companies to work for them, like doing planners or doing paper. So like, I did scrapbooking paper. That was like such a hot trend right then. And so I did tons of scrapbooking paper. That was a way we did surface pattern design. What else did we do? We did plates, we did dishware and towels, and that's all considered surface design as well, because it was all flat 3D stuff that I was designing. So it was a lot of contracts. Fast forward to 2022. There are more ways that surface pattern designers can make money than ever before. It's fantastic. Really, over the development of the last 15 years, what we've seen is that there are so many wonderful online marketplaces, ways to work virtually as a freelance designer for even surface pattern design, that it's unbelievable. In fact, we even have a freelance course that points out places where you can do surface pattern design as a freelancer. It's not my recommendation because I really think as a freelancer, you should be able to do it all. I think you should be able to do branding and logos, and you should be able to do all the things. But I just know that right now, this is the time to get in. If you have been thinking about getting into surface pattern design, like, you better jump in now. I know lots of people say, oh, it's so saturated. You guys, it's going to be way more saturated in 5 years or 10 years. Your goal is to get in now while it's hot. I always think about everybody, who were like, oh, I wish I had bought a house during 2008, right? Like when the housing crisis happened and prices got lower, were lower. I think, it's so hard to predict the future, but it's really easy for us to look back and go, I wish I had done X, Y, and Z during this time. So my suggestion to you, and this is what I do with everything in my business, in my design work, all of it, is I just focus on the now. What can I do now to make my business grow, to make it, make money, bring on a team, and give me the time and flexibility that I want. So I'm trying to figure out what I need to do now. And I'm learning from lessons from the past, but I'm also thinking about what the future looks like. And I don't get down about it, you guys. I do not. If anything, if you are someone who is like hopeful and positive for the future, like you're my girl. Like, I believe the future is wide open. There's so much out there. The people who are saying, oh, I wish I had done X, Y, and Z, or I just can't predict it, and so I can't do X, Y, and Z now. Like, people who are constantly trying to predict what's gonna happen, they're the ones losing, you guys. I see it over and over again. They're predicting, they want the housing prices to go down. They want less people to be in the marketplace. Whatever it is. What you need to do is go in all in now. If you can go all in now, you will not regret it, because you will gain a skill for the future and you will be ready when the right opportunities come. That's the thing I see over and over again. Being ready for opportunities is more important than what's happening right now or what could happen in the future. Because if right now, if you're so-so at Illustrator and your main goal is to get really good at Illustrator and really good at design, when the right opportunity hits you, you're going to be ready for it. You're going to be able to take it, snatch it up, and go for it, right? Same if maybe you are in my Design Suite program. I know we have lots of Design Suite members who are listening to this. Maybe you're listening to this and you're right now working on your first job. Maybe you're working on a contract. Maybe you're coming to meetings and we're getting all your stuff like just cleaned up and really beautiful, working on a collection to submit, okay? It is, even if you don't get the collection in, you have built something for yourself. And when the right opportunity, if you just continue on that path, when the right opportunity comes, when you continue to put yourself out there, you will get the result you want. But it takes perseverance, it takes consistency. And those of you who are like, yes, I am here for it. First of all, you should be in a boot camp and you should be in my Design Suite program because we draw those people. Those people come to me and we start building and creating a skill set for life, which is so exciting to me because I'm not afraid of there being more designers in the marketplace. Why? Because there are so many ways right now in 2022 to make money as a designer. So many ways. And just as a surface pattern designer, we're not talking about all the other kinds of designs that we have in our Design Suite program. I'm just talking about surface pattern designer. There are places online, there are tons of contracts, there are ways to work virtually. There are so many ways to become a great designer. Now, does that mean that they're just all super easy? No, we still have to be good. We have to be amazing at our craft, you guys. We have to be so good as designers. And we need to know our programs. We need to go faster. And then we need to look smart for our distribution. And we try to get people started in their first year in Design Suite, giving them a few avenues that they can get working on. But then there are so many other things you can do out there with this. And that is all very individual and personalized as you move forward. Hopefully that gives you an idea of really how wonderful the field is right now. There is lots of places to sell. And your feeling of like, oh, it's oversaturated, just be careful of that because when something looks oversaturated, normally it isn't necessarily. Second of all, if you're smart, you'll know how to carve out a place for yourself, which is amazing, right? We want to carve out a place for ourselves so that we can stand out in that marketplace, okay? Because we just don't want it to be mediocre. And it means there are more places to sell it. There are more places where we can actually make money doing this. And so my trend report is 2 thumbs up. It is a positive place to be right now. Design is an amazing place to be right now. And if you can come into it with like just full like hope, full excitement for what you can bring to the table, then it's just gonna be even better. Now, if you are loving this and you're like, I am here for it, Carina. I do need strategy. I do need to kind of get started and move up. I want to come to one of your design boot camps. You can find those at carinagardnercourses.com/design bootcamp. I'd love to see you there. Right now we have like a really cool setup that's going on Instagram for it. And it makes it so that I can connect with you and you'll also be connecting with, people on my team that will help you along the way. And I can't wait to see you there. So trend report, it's great. Come on in. The design world wants you here. And if you are here for it, if you are like, I am in for this, I want to be creative, I want to be amazing, I want to build this thing for myself, we're going to welcome you into it because it is a great place to be.
Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.